I wanted to share with you today a few sequences related to working with the abdominal area. And this might be an unusual approach for you. Basically what we're thinking is that the deep hip flexor muscles, the iliopsoas, can be really tight, and for most people it causes the pelvis to tilt forward, which actually cause the belly to distend, so you get that man belly look. We're going to try to mobilize and fatigue the psoas. That will help return the pelvis to a neutral position, and then it'll make your abdominal work even more effective. So this is the setup. We just have our heavy band here. I'm going to step my leg into the band. I'll pull it right up under the gluteal fold here. And then I'm going to step back to wind up tension in the band. Once I do that, I get into a lunge shape, and I want to make sure that I go ahead and start to squeeze here. And what you'll notice is immediately that femur head's being pulled forward in the hip socket, and it's actually mobilizing the joint capsule, which is unusual. Typically when we're stretching, we're doing yoga or something, we're not necessarily getting into the joint capsules. It's more focused on the muscles and the tissues. Once you're there, you're going to use a contract-relax technique. So with the in-breath, you'll contract for about 5 seconds. And then in the exhale, you'll relax for about 10 seconds. And you can start to take up some of that slack in the joint capsule. Repeat this about 5 times. So I just followed this basic 5x5 protocol with my training. Once I'm feeling a little bit more loosened, I might step back more, wind up more tension. I'm going to inhale, contract, and then in the exhale, I'll relax. Of course, you can always add to this. If I push down on the band, lean forward a little, lift my foot, then I'm going to feel how the stretch starts to move up a little bit higher into the hip flexor. I'm going to contract. I'm trying to pull. I'm trying to kick my knee forward toward the wall. And then in the exhale, I relax. And I sink a little deeper. So again, repeating that about 5 times, and then you'll do the left side. Just for the sake of the video, I'll skip the left side today. And then you would include any type of abdominal work that you like. Today I'll just do some bicycle crunches. So the idea is that with the hip flexors fatigued because they've been stretched out, the hip flexors are going to work less and I'll get more abdominal engagement. So that's what we're thinking here. So I'll just go ahead and lie down, and I'm going to set up for my bicycle crunch. I tuck the pelvis back to neutral, so that's already the hip flexor releasing here. Bring the knees up into tabletop position, make my frame. I'm going to look into my navel with the exhale, and then I'll just do a little work here. So in the bicycle crunch, the key part is feeling that you're actually squeezing the muscles. I think one of the things that athletes really struggle with is actually squeezing the muscles. They'll end up doing it quickly and not get the maximal engagement. Okay, so it's just a few reps on that. So again, our premise here is to mobilize the anterior hip capsule, releasing the deep iliopsoas, which neutralizes the pelvis in the midsection, and then allows us to get more engagement through our abdominal crunches.